Hello, and welcome back to OT Learning. And it's been quite a roller coaster so far. It's been about 15 weeks within the program. And to be quite honest, it's been very interesting and learning about OT, not only just about the background parts of it and what an OT really does, but some of the models that we use and how OTs actually come together as a profession. And one of the big things I talked about, especially within my podcast, was how OT is ingrained not only in the health of the person and how well they function, but also how they're able to do tasks and even in their spiritual lives, how they deal with the people around them and their religion. But I think the biggest part of that was I did not fully understand at that time the scope of what that truly meant to help people with those tasks and have a better quality of life. I did not realize how ingrained you become as an OT with the people you work with. Because basically, as you're sharing information with each other, you both need to be vulnerable. And you both need to be able to say, like, these are the things I need to work on, or at least you need to help the person and you give examples in your life how you've been able to solve it or how you've been able to help with it. And it makes you become this big pillar of support and even really close to being their friend. I say friend loosely because you can't. My time in the OT course so far, I've been asked by a lot of people, especially my peers around me, who ask me, what exactly is OT and what the major means, because they usually think that it's usually either PT or some other variation of different types of nursing. So, and this is what I usually say. I usually say that OT is more, it's still a medical practice, but it helps the person with their daily tasks and helps them function in a more fulfilling way. That because we are not only a medically adverse profession, but we also help in people's the holistic side of people, like who they are as a person and their spirituality. Those doesn't exactly encompass everything that an OT can do, and that's not even coming from like what services that can be offered. It still is a good jumping point of what we do to work within our occupation as an OT. And I learned a lot about that, especially through my professional developments, which I went to two speakers and I attended the Class 420 practical. And within those speakers, one of them talked about travel OTing, which really shocked me a little bit because I know travel nursing is a thing. I know travel doctors exist, but travel OTs was kind of like a wow, very interesting for me. But it taught me a lot about how the definition for OT can change quite drastically, and I thought it was very interesting to learn that. And for the 420 practical, I got to see what happened in action for OT. Because you talk a lot about like how they help geriatrics or with pediatrics or acute care, but you never see how it's done. They always tell you that it's done. There are certain things that you can do for geriatric care, but I was able to actually be the not only the patient but see how OTs talk to their patients as well as working with them with their different disabilities. And I also got to know a few disabilities, or like abbreviations for them, though I cannot think of them off the top of my head. But again, it was a very fulfilling experience, very interesting, and would do it again. But anyway, let's get to my interview with my roommate, Amanda. All right, Amanda, do you want to say hi to the camera?
Hi.
All right, so as me being your roommate in OT, what exactly did you know beforehand, before I've told you everything I know now?
I knew it was a profession where you deal a lot with the mind and the body and help out people complete daily tasks if they're not able to do them.
Yeah, that's very basic, very non thorough, but yeah, that's a very basic understanding. But what are you more interested to learn about with OT?
I'm more interested to know about any physical activities or exercises that people do in OT.
All right, so speaking of that, I actually have some thermobands with me, and those are actually prevalent in OT, and I want to do like a small little exercise with them. So what you're going to do is I'm going to give you this one right here. Right there. And what we are going to do is I have my own right here, as you can see. Beautiful. And we are going to wrap it around our hands on one side. This is, and then you're going to wrap it on this side too. And you're going to make it like a little band. And then you're going to pull, might want to, you can do that much, but then you're going to pull. You're going to like sit up straight. You're going to pull on either side. You see that? See that? Do that for me? Yep. Yeah. That's supposed to help you with your flexibility of your arms to help engage those back muscles. This is one very common activity we use in OT. Just want to say that. All right, you want to say goodbye to our audience?
Bye.
Bye.